Right, so here's a postulation that is going to piss a lot of people off. Maybe global warming is a good thing. Because think about it. People are worried about plants and animals. And carbon dioxide, as long as there's enough oxygen, has no negative effects on animals. And carbon dioxide is very good for plants. Also, if it's warmer, that means there is more water melting, which means there's more water evaporating, which means it's more humid, which means there's more rain, which means that, like in Africa and stuff, it will be raining more, and the more it rains, the better crops will be, and the fewer starving people there will be in Africa. And granted, there is some issue with a lack of land because of what's it called? Because of sea levels rising a little bit. But keep in mind, all the realistic estimates we have for this are positively minuscule. And even if the Earth has gotten a tiny bit warmer, which is all that it really has, only gotten a tiny bit warmer. That means that only a tiny bit of ice has really melted, and some more conservative estimates show that, you know, it's less that the Earth is getting progressively warmer and more that it's just slowing down more, and more that it's just cooling down more slowly. And plus, a lot of the warming seems to mostly be in the northern atmosphere. The southern atmosphere seems to be getting a bit colder. And yeah, I just think that maybe global warming is kind of a good thing. And the issue with the loss of coasts and coastline, well, a lot of that can just be solved using sea barriers, can it? The big walls that they set up around coastal and island cities to keep the ocean either by, because of it rising or from, which is very rare. The ocean very rarely rises. Normally, what happens is just because the ocean is always moving because of a little magical force of nature called the wind, you know, these islands and coastlines erode over time. However, coastlines can also get bigger from wetlands like the mangrove swamps, um, or volcanic activity. So just plant more mangrove trees, I guess, and really more trees in general. Because the more trees there are sucking up, because the thing is, the West cannot do anything to affect the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. If we really want less, which I think we should be really careful if we decide if we do, we should just plant trees to absorb it, because there is very little we can do to decrease the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that will not, radically destroy our economy. We're already operating sort of at minimum first world levels of carbon footprint, whereas China is a third world country and they're producing abhorrent amounts of pollution, not just carbon dioxide, which should really be considered pollution if it's good for plants. But all kinds of nasty chemicals to where, even in like Taiwan and